The founder, Acharya, is His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. The main book is Bhagavad Gita. The main mantra is Hare Krishna. Our work is service. And we established this community based on the teachings of Srila Prabhupada, who came to America circa 1965. He came to San Francisco around 1966 or 7, just after establishing his first center in New York. And the place where he established it is still there. It's on 26 2nd Avenue in New York. We're still leasing that building. And recently, the devotees have been busy restoring it to the exact way it looked when Srila Prabhupada was there in 1965. Every detail is being attended to. So when you walk in, you'll feel like you were there at the beginning. I see a lot of friendly visitors here from many places. Thank you very much for coming, everyone. After Prabhupada was in New York, one of his first disciples, if not the first disciple, Mukunda Goswami, who was at that time a householder, had been in the first initiation that Prabhupada performed there in New York City. He had thought as a musician that he would go to India and learn more about music. That was in the top of his mind, but when he was leaving New York, Srila Prabhupada told him, since you're going through San Francisco, please start a center there. And he describes how he was caught by that request as he was walking out the door and realized, I may not be going to India anytime soon. In a similar way, Srila Prabhupada, our founder, describes how his spiritual master, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, had carried forth the vision of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hopefully I'm not getting ahead of myself, who is Krishna, appearing as a devotee, and he appeared as an avatar over 500 years ago, and his mission was to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world, to every continent, every town and village. It's even more than every continent. And he had received an instruction to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world, and he thought, how can I do this? One person alone. But the instruction itself has its own power. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, the postgraduate study of the Bhagavad Gita, there are 4 very important verses, because they're the first verses that Krishna spoke to Brahma. Brahma is the first being besides Krishna to emerge in the universe. And Krishna teaches him the science of Krishna consciousness, or Srimad Bhagavatam specifically, but he speaks it in only 4 verses. Those are that is called the Chatur Shloki Bhagavatam, the 4-verse Bhagavatam. If we're running short on quota, we can just do the 4 verses. You can make a little book. Ranchor likes it. And in his commentary on those 4 verses, Srila Prabhupada mentions that the order that comes from Krishna has potencies. Interesting, even in this world, we'll find that orders that come from an authority also have potency. For instance, if you went through law school and you received a diploma, the diplomas usually say something like, such and such, having completed this course, is entitled to all the rights. And does anybody know what it says? Anybody get a diploma? Huh? And the authority vested by you, you're entitled to do certain things. So an attorney then who does well, knows the right people, may become a judge and is sworn in. Said, now you're a judge. And when the judge is behind the bench, meting out orders or sentences or making declarative statements about a case, then those are binding. This is called authorized speech. If the judge says, you shall be awarded $1,000, then you shall be awarded $1,000. If somebody else says it, standing outside the 7-Eleven, you may or may not get $1,000. In a similar way, when Krishna speaks, he's called Satya Sankalpa, one of his names. And it means that whatever he speaks becomes the truth. Whatever he desires becomes the truth. He's the absolute truth. From him, all other relative truths emanate. And when he gives it instruction, one can catch that instruction. One can take it in as one's directive in life. And then one will be empowered by Krishna by taking the instruction. So Srila Prabhupada said many times that he had received instructions from his spiritual master. In the teachings of Vaishnavism, we find Sakshad Dari Tvaimastamasta Shastra Ruktastata Bhavyata Eva Sadbhi Kintu Prabhurya Priya Eva Tasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinam. There's a way in which those who carry the order of Krishna forward and who have been authorized to do so are also respected to be as good as Krishna. Prabhupada would give the example that if the representative from NVIDIA comes here to sign a contract with us, that we may introduce the Mahamantra throughout the corporation, and they'll include it in all of their advertising from now on. Then that authorized person who makes such an arrangement has a binding deal with us because he's authorized by Karavinda Prabhu's CEO, right? What's his name? Jason Wong. Jensen Wong. If you're listening. Our love and respect to you. So in the Srimad Bhagavatam commentary, Prabhupada writes that the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is a manifestation of his internal potency. And then he says, it is by that potency that one comes to see the Lord face to face. Upon reading that, one may think, oh, that means that as a conscious person with free will, I can take up that instruction. Can one pick it up? Absolutely. So Srila Prabhupada had picked up the instruction from his spiritual master. In fact, in one statement, in describing how he had done that, he recalled how in Vrindavan, at the place Radhakund, he had asked his spiritual master personally, "How may I serve you?" And his spiritual master had said that you can preach in the West. And he said, did Srila Prabhupada, that I took it from his mouth that he was very fond of books. That means he was listening very carefully. And whenever his spiritual master said, who is an authorized agent coming from Lord Chaitanya, he would pick that up. So this is the divine order, if I may use that phrase, that when one can use one's intelligence to take a superior order and then execute it, then one's life becomes perfected. In fact, there's an old saying that if you want to outsmart a genius, then get a better plan than the genius and follow it. Many geniuses don't have great plans, nor do they follow divine plans necessarily. I mean, you can be a genius and also, like all of you people, follow the order. But even a lowly person, even a simple person, even an uneducated person academically, can pick up the order and come to see the Lord face to face. What's more, such a person becomes a conduit for Krishna. And in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna mentions that somebody who takes up his mission, which is to give an opportunity to everyone to come back to Krishna consciousness, come back to the spiritual world, and carries the message of Bhagavad Gita, which is the foundational teaching, universal and foundational teaching, through which anyone can transform their lives into a transcendent life, is very dear to him. That could also catch our ears, because we might then, if we're accepting the premise of Bhagavad Gita that Krishna is personally speaking and he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Srila Prabhupada recommends in the introduction of the Bhagavad Gita that even if you don't believe he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead, when you start reading the book, suspend your disbelief just for now and accept that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and read it in that context. If you were to do that and then hear that he says, one who teaches the message of the Bhagavad Gita to others is most dear to me. And then he reiterates by saying, there will never be one as dear as the one who teaches the Bhagavad Gita to others. One might then say, well, perhaps I'll take up this order and teach the Bhagavad Gita to others. And by doing so, one would be benefited oneself, and the people who learn from you would also be benefited. And that's what Srila Prabhupada, our founder Acharya, had heard from his spiritual master when he asked him once again what service he should do. And he wrote a letter to his spiritual master, who was at that time in Jagannath Puri, and asked him about his service and how she conducted. He reiterated that he should preach in the Western countries. And he said, it will be good for those who help you and for those who receive the message. It's good for everybody. In the Bhagavad Gita, we find commonsensical instructions. And recently, Nirkula, my wife, and I have been getting our affairs in order, trying to make sure that we don't have any extra stuff. Things pile up. And making sure that every paper we have is accounted for, all the accounts and everything like that. And there's a lot of papers. I was looking through the papers and came across a file full of warranties for various appliances from small to large. Every one of them had some kind of guarantee, at least for some time. Most of them have run out. The one we can't find anywhere, we looked in the attic and the go down. We went through the glove boxes in our car. And you know those drawers that have a combination of many different kinds of papers and you're not sure? We went through those too. And we couldn't find a contract that guaranteed how long we were going to stay in this body. Apparently we didn't get one. At least my parents didn't tell me about it. And in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna describes how this human life is temporary but very useful. In fact, that's also in the Srimad Bhagavatam, a famous verse that says, and it's spoken by the Avaduta Brahmana who lived in the wilderness, which is not a bad idea. Nobody can bug you out there. He met with King Yadu, who was traveling with his retinue, and when he interviewed the Avaduta Brahmana, he could understand that this was a self-realized person. He asked him how he became self-realized, and he said, I have 24 gurus. They're here with me. And King Yadu looked around and I don't see anybody here. And he began to enunciate the various gurus that he followed, starting with the mountain. It was tolerant, although it was smashed by lightning bolts. Clouds poured water. It still stood firm and yet provided crystal clear water, minerals to everybody. The tree he mentioned, and many other entities, both moving and inert. And then he gave this famous verse, which I've heard many times from many speakers on the Bhagavata, and which Srila Prabhupada quoted frequently as well, where he says, Labvam sudurlabam idam bahusam bhavante, manusham artaram anityam apihadira, turnam yatet anapated, anumrityava nishreyasaya vishaya kalut sarvata syat. The very end of the verse, syat means, something's coming up. And what's available, or what's coming, he said, vishaya, sense gratification. Sarvata, where is sense gratification? Everywhere. It's available to everyone, including little critters, like the salamanders and the frogs, the fish. They all have access to sense gratification. So he's pointing out, was the Avaduta Brahman, that it's not a big deal, because if salamanders and frogs can get it for free, why should you work so hard for it? And he says what this human life is especially meant for is to take this temporary amount of time that we have. We don't have a warranty. We don't know how long we'll be here. And utilize it to transfer ourselves to the eternal atmosphere, the spiritual world. And he points out that it's very rare to have this. Labam sudurlabam. To get it is very rare. Manusham. To have a human form, very rare. Sambhavante means after many, many births. You get it. And then he says, although it's anityam, it's temporary, it's artadam, it's full of value. You can get so much from the human form. So he said, engage yourself in the practice of Krishna consciousness. And don't worry about how much sense gratification you have. Even Narada Muni in the Srimad Bhagavatam points out that we've already been allotted a certain amount of happiness and distress in this life. And you're not going to get more, and you're not going to get less. So don't work so hard for it. Work hard for tapo divyam. That's Rishabhadev. That means perform some austerity to become Krishna conscious. Nor is there a satisfaction guarantee. Did you ever get a satisfaction guarantee? Yeah, you did when you bought, like even a mattress nowadays. If you go downtown, there's such competition in the mattress world. They give you a 1-year satisfaction guarantee. Did you know that? See me afterwards if you haven't. 1 year. You can use it for 1 year and go, nah, I don't like it. They'll take it back if you're not satisfied with it. But we don't get a satisfaction guarantee when we're born in this body. Krishna adjusts our expectations. In the Bhagavad Gita, he says, Abrahma bhuvana loka punar avartino arjuna mamupetya konteya punar janma navijite. He says that all the places in this world, you can count on it, are not going to, well, he says they're places of misery because repeated birth and death takes place. I won't go heavily into that because everyone's aware for themselves, but it is a categorical statement. Therefore, no satisfaction guarantee, no warranty on the body that you know. Of course, there may be. In the Yoga Sutras, Patanjali Muni says, along with our birth, we get an ayu, which means a warranty for a certain span of life, a certain ayu. Of course, you can always void the warranty, too. Some people get a warranty and then they take it back and they say, hey, wait a minute, it looks like it looks like you put this on the stove or something like that. It's like, that's not covered. We may have some warranty, but we don't know what it is. We don't know how long it is. Therefore, the Avadhuta Brahma says, Labvam sudurlabam idam bahu sambhavante manusha martaram anityam api hadira. Tunanam means immediately. As soon as you understand the value of human life, you should immediately take advantage of it and try to improve yourself. Now, if you consider the simplicity of the process, it's not intimidating. If you take a minute to become aware of your tongue, it's about 2 inches wide on average. Did you know that? Did you think about that today? You take a look. And it's around 4 inches long, as it goes way to the back of your throat. And it's 1 inch to 1.5 inches wide. I mean, thick. I should say thick, not wide. That's pretty small. But there's a lot resting on the tongue. First of all, the Chaitanya Bhagavat, Vrindavan Das Thakur, the author, advises us to be appreciative that we have a human tongue. And he names tongues from various other entities. For instance, raccoons have tongues. Do they not? Do snakes have tongues? Anybody else have a tongue? Dogs? Cats? Frogs are famous. Huh? Fish? Does a fish have a tongue? Better ask ChatGPT. A lot of entities have tongues, but only the human tongue, he says, can chant the names of God, with a few exceptions like Gajendra and the animals at Jarikanda. That was by special mercy. Special cases, but humans can use their tongue. So the tongue can cause so much trouble. What kind of trouble can the tongue cause? Well, you could say something inappropriate to your boss. Possible, right? It's happened before. You could say something inappropriate to your spouse or your friend. Possible? You could eat the wrong thing. The tongue is highly consequential in the anatomy of the human. And therefore, the Padma Purana says, Atashi Krishna namadi nabhavid grayamindriye seva mukha hi jivado swayameva spratyana. Yoga begins with the tongue. And if you utilize your tongue in the beginning in service, then your whole life will improve. Everything begins with the tongue. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advocated the chanting of God's names. And in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, Shukadeva Goswami says, people have so many topics to use their tongues to describe. And it's unlimited, he said. Unlimited topics, and people are involved in podcasts or TED Talks or TikTok, using their tongues to express various topics. But is there a topmost topic that one can speak about? Is there a topmost mantra one can chant? This might be helpful to investigate. The Padma Purana says yes, if you use your tongue in service by chanting the names of the Supreme and speaking about the Supreme, Krishna, then it'll have a purifying effect on your consciousness, and all the other senses in your body will become controlled. In fact, the Srimad Bhagavatam says that if you can control the tongue, then you can control all the other senses in your body. And if you can't control the tongue, then you can understand that all your senses are not controlled. It's the one sense that makes all the difference in the world. So Srila Prabhupada taught a very simple process that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had given us, which is to practice chanting the names of God. And the one mantra, the Hare Krishna mantra, encompasses, well, I should say, it names the supreme deity, the topmost deity, Radha and Krishna, in the spiritual world. The ultimate object of meditation. And by speaking the mantra, Narada Muni says that you have a perfect connection with Radha and Krishna in the spiritual world. Iti murtyabhidanena mantra murtim amurtikam. He said, and it's not difficult. It's easy. Everyone say, it's easy. So this is the recommended process and what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought. Reminder that this life is temporary, but we can use whatever balance we have left, and we're not even sure what it is. It's like those gift cards. It's really hard to figure out how much is left. till you spend the whole thing, and they say, now you owe us. And that's what happens with this lifetime. It just runs out. So before it runs out, take the opportunity to apply the simple tenets of Bhakti Yoga. And when Srila Prabhupada came to San Francisco, remarkably, he met those who were eager to find out how to connect to Krishna. And they took up the process, and they helped him to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. So that's why we're all here. And we have an opportunity now, since we're together, to chant a little bit. Would you like to do that? Yeah. Okay. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarana Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. I'd like to welcome Ram Roy, who's come all the way from New York City. Please give him a warm welcome. Here we go. And also, today is the appearance day of Sripad Indra Prabhu, who's a famous Kirtaniya and disciple of Srila Prabhupada, who lived in many places, New York City, Washington, D.C., where he started, and then he left this world from Vrindavan, leaving a legacy of intrigue and chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and encouraged people all over the world to take the process very seriously. Sripad Indra Prabhu ki. Jai. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jai Jai Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Premanande, Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki, Shri Harinam Mantra ki, Shri Harinam Prabhu ki, Go Premanande. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Yeah, there's a couple more things I wanted to say. One is, don't touch anything unless you have a noble intention. Okay? You shouldn't look at anything or touch anything in this world unless you have a noble intention. The noble intention means, oh, look it up, research please, that the reason we're touching something, the reason we're looking at something is important. The intention we have in picking it up in the first place, or touching whatever we reach out to in this world. Noble means, would you like a microphone? We'll supply one. You're getting the red mic. Make sure you say the mantra. 3, 2, 1.
Hare Krishna.
Very good.
Were you looking for the...
Noble.
Okay. Noble means... Noble is an adjective, which means well-known, famous, renowned, excellent, superior, splendid, high-born, of superior birth. It means... It comes from noser, which means to come to know.
Succumb to know?
To come to know.
To come to know. In the sense of superiority, our intention can be of two qualities, categorically. One is to touch something, to look at something for our own satisfaction. And that may seem restrictive, but the world itself is restricted, and it imposes restrictions on us automatically. As Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita, Yehi samsparjaja bhoga dukkha yonaya evate adyantavanta konteya nateshu ramate buddha. There's a way in which when I look at anything or person with the idea of getting my own satisfaction from that encounter, then there's a sense of dissatisfaction that's born from that. So Krishna advises in the Bhagavad Gita that we amend our intention, in that when we pick something up, we intend to use it for a noble cause, a superior cause, which is service to Krishna. And is that possible? Yes, it is. In fact, that's the norm. And when we're outside of the norm, then there's a disjointedness that we experience in our life. Prahlad Maharaj said, this law or principle is so subtle that the moment you start thinking about touching things for your own satisfaction, that's when you start suffering, even before you actually reach out. Therefore, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, there's a formula for satisfaction or peace. And the first tenet of that, he says, is to think of everything as paraphernalia to be used to serve Krishna. Now, before anyone becomes dissatisfied with this idea, just think about it, because the hand feeds the mouth, it goes to the stomach, and the stomach distributes everything in proper proportion and equitably to everyone. Everyone means all the other senses. And if we understand the ontology of the world, of our existence, our place in it, and we know that by feeding the center, Krishna, by satisfying Krishna, we become satisfied. And if my hand were to try to enjoy food on its own, without giving it to the mouth, to the stomach, then it would be frustrated. And even the example sounds ridiculous. So if we think about why we're looking at things and why we're picking things up or touching them, I'm kind of thinking about this a lot because of what to keep and what to give away. If you're ever trying to winnow out the things that you don't need, what am I keeping? Or what to take in more. Krishna consciousness is not about dry renunciation or just giving up things, but it's about changing the way we use them and the intention we have when we look at them. And therefore, intention is everything. And it also comes out in our interactions with others. We may say the same words, but our words are mixed with our consciousness, which is an important concept to remember, because we also, by hearing from those whose intention is to serve Krishna, develop a similar intention. And when we associate with those or hear the others speak whose intention is to enjoy sense gratification, then we may also develop a proclivity to try to enjoy the material world. Therefore, it's important to associate with those whose intention is to serve Krishna. It rubs off, and it comes out in the consciousness or in the speech. The consciousness, speech carries consciousness. If you've ever said something, the right words, wrong intention, and someone noticed, did that ever happen? Can you think of when? I can. I remember my mother used to tell me, I don't like your tone of voice. Like if she told me to clean up my room, and I said yes, but the yes had the wrong intention behind it. She somehow could understand what my consciousness was. We're very perceptive. But to speak of Krishna, he's the most perceptive. He can understand what our intention is. Even if we do the wrong thing or say the wrong thing, but we have the right intention, Krishna will take it. So examining our own intentions and observing the difference in results and consequences from having a pure intention or an impure intention is helpful, because then we can see how to move in the world. And Krishna recommends that those, or he says, that those who have purified their intention or realigned their intention with the purpose of the universe will feel satisfied. They'll feel happy, and they'll live in abundance. It's the secret to living in abundance, which is important to mention in the context of any self-help talk, to live in abundance. Another thought I had recently was in relationship to the purpose of the world, and it's related to what I was just saying. What's the use of a very beautiful flower unless you have someone to offer it to? You may appreciate it for its aesthetic beauty, but I noticed that Nirkula and I were just walking around in natural areas that were naturally beautiful. And when I see something, I'd say, hey, look at that. did you see that? When there's something that is stunningly beautiful or uplifting, our first intention or our first impulse, at least I notice in myself, I want to share it with somebody else. Of course, I can just take it in and feel edified by it. But there's another stage, and that is what Krishna recommends in the Bhagavad Gita. If you see something beautiful or nice, and then you offer it to me, because it's so beautiful, and it's because it's so nice, and despite the fact that it comes from Krishna in the first place, he said, I'll take it. I'll complete that feeling that you have, that this is beautiful, this is nice, I'm going to share it with somebody. Krishna, I'll take it. You just offer it to me. Patram, pushpam, palam, toyam. Simple things. Patram, pushpam, palam, toyam, yome bhakti apra. If you have this little sense of bhakti, when you see something and you offer it to Krishna, so what's the use of a flower that's so beautiful if you don't have anybody to offer it to? But we do. And devotional service means seeing everything as miraculous and beautiful, and then thinking how to offer it to Krishna. And there's a way to systematize that. Is that an awkward word? To make it systematic. Systematize. That's the beginning of Bhakti Yoga. We learn how to offer everything to Krishna rather than trying to enjoy it ourselves directly. We offer it first to Krishna. And then there's a super enjoyment that comes from that offering, that this thing's so beautiful, it's so nice, I'm offering it to Krishna. So there's a few thoughts about the warranty on our life, that we're not sure when it'll run out. Life's very rare. So it's okay, we have permission given through the Shastra to utilize our time as much as possible to cultivate Krishna consciousness. And don't think that it won't run out. It's like, how do you say, very temporary. It's temporary is enough. And in the interim, we can achieve so much. So there's an urgency there. Turnamnyateta napated anumrityayavan. Before that time comes, that's what it's saying. Pated means before your body falls down out of death. Utilize that span that you have, as short as it may be, because you can attain something that's eternal. And that's the rareness and the benefit of the human form of life. And then talked about the warranties. There is no guarantee of happiness in this life. It's meant for purification and upliftment. And then, says Rishabhadeva, the enjoyment can be unlimited. Don't give in to what's already available for free to the animals, because that's not where real happiness comes from. And what else did I say? I mentioned the tongue as the beginning place. So one simple process is to chant the names of God. And if you repeat, in the beginning it may seem repetitive, but there is a point at which, if you pay attention, and a point I've realized recently is that things become boring when we're not paying attention to them. Because we're thinking of something else while we're doing something else, and then it seems boring. But if we can practice becoming absorbed in the purposeful chanting of God's names, of Krishna's names, and enter into a sense of absorption, then we'll automatically be uplifted. There are many things that will happen to us that we can't achieve any other way except through connection with the transcendence and chanting Hare Krishna. And one last point. I made these notes a while ago and just found this piece of paper. The less we need from others, the deeper our relationship with them. In other words, if we're not expecting anything in return from other people or trying to gain something from them, even in the sense of when we meet a superior person that we're trying to learn from, there are different ways to approach. We can go there just for the knowledge, but if we go there out of a sense of love and service, Krishna says that in the Bhagavad Gita, tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadakshyanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. If you go to somebody, not tit for tat, that I'm here to learn from you, and that's our relationship, and then I'm gone. You see that in academic circles. You're here to teach me, and then I'll just take the knowledge and go. But if you don't, as I'm saying, the less we need from them, and our intention is to give or to serve, then we're not expecting anything in return, then the relationship becomes very deep. And that's true with our relationship with Krishna also. That if we have a sense of service, like Prahlad Maharaj says in the Srimad Bhagavatam, when Nrsingadev offers him something, he says, no thank you. I'm not a vanik. Means a merchant. I didn't do some service for you because I wanted something in return. I serve because you're my Lord, I'm your servant, and that's just the way it is. And this mood of Prahlad Maharaj is glorified as the foundational point for perfection in life. That there's nothing expected in return. I don't want anything. So the less we expect from other people, and the more we think about giving, and that was one other point, is spiritual mathematics. The more we contribute, the more we serve, the wealthier we become. In this world, I don't know about you, but whenever I've gained any modicum of wealth, as soon as the inkling that it's coming is there, check's in the mail, I've already spent it. It's gone and more. It's like, oh, that's not enough. Before the check even arrives, it's not enough. Because you can't add enough zeros to satisfy all the circumference of our desires here in this world. It's ever expanding. Even if you say billions, it's not enough. But when we change that equation and we think about giving and how I can render more service, this is spiritual economics. You become more and more wealthy. To the degree that your intention is directed towards satisfying Krishna, or your spiritual master and the devotees, and that you're thinking service for service. To that degree, you become spiritually wealthy. And the wealthier you become spiritually, the happier you become. And someone told me the other day, the more you acquire in this world, the more things own you. But we don't have to touch anything in this world because we can consider it all belongs to Krishna. I'm only acting as a steward to use whatever I have and whatever's in the world to serve Krishna. What do you think? Yes. About what? Any specific thing or just everything? Huh? Well, I'm going to have a word from our sponsor today. Hadai, are you here? Did he escape? Oh, come on up. We have an advertisement for something spiritual. It's a drink. No, I'm just kidding. A refreshing beverage. Here's Hadai Pran and Devavrata Prabhus. Hadai Pran grew up in a devotee family, and he's in charge of the ashram in New York City. I'm happy to say I spent 3 years in that ashram, circa 1975, 6, and 7. And they've revived the ashram there And I'll let them speak about the opportunity that's available for all of you. Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Nice to be here back home in ISKCON, Silicon Valley. And it was really by Krishna's mercy that we got here. We're on our way back from the yatra and we got stuck. We wanted to come here. And it's such a blessing to be here. And I just wanted to take this opportunity to show our little program. Please raise your hand if you want a boring life. A boring life. Please raise your hand if you want a exciting life. Anybody's hands not? Please close your ears if you wanted a boring life. So we have a very amazing opportunity that we've been offering young men and young gentlemen in New York City for the past 4 years, which is a summer ashram experience. So I'm talking as a ISKCON grown-up youth, and when's the time to actually join the ashram? Well, except for me. But when's the time? We have internships, we have college, we have to scroll. There's so many things we have to do. And when's the time to take some time out and really immerse ourselves in Krishna consciousness? And we wanted to create a space for that in the summertime when we all have summer breaks to go and immerse ourselves in Krishna consciousness. So these are some pictures of a previous batch. We actually get kids from all over the world. Some of these kids are from England. Some of these kids are from New Zealand and Leicester. And I'd like to encourage all young gentlemen, we're doing some service, young men aged 16 and above to enroll and have fun. And Devrata Prabhu will explain a little bit more.
Yeah, so as we hear Maharaj and Mother Nirkula speak regularly, that the foundational part of one's life is an opportunity to be in the brahmachari ashram. There's many reasons for that. One purpose is that it gives you an opportunity to cultivate spiritual character. Because when you're around a bunch of people the same age, trying to engage in a mission, imperceptibly your flaws come out, which may not come out if you're living in the comfort of your home. So that allows us to be more introspective and be aware of where we can improve. And secondly, there's practical skills which we can gain by being in the ashram. One skill is improving our kirtan skills, and improving our book distribution skills, improving our dedication to sadhana. And by coming and living in the ashram, you're just immersed in an opportunity to be able to do that moment to moment, day by day, and the association of other people who want to do it. So I know for myself, when I was in college, when I was starting to be a devotee, waking up early in the morning was a little bit of a struggle. But as soon as I was in an ashram, it became very, very easy. So when you come and live in the ashram, you can adjust your schedule in such a way to wake up early, have an early sadhana, have a day of service. And those skills you carry back with you when you come back to your home. So if you're interested, you can sign up. Next slide, next slide, next slide. Right here, the QR code. You can scan this and it will bring you to a Google form which will allow you to sign up and put your personal information. Looks like we'll have a special guest this year. So please take this opportunity. Don't think you have enough time to do it. You do have enough time. You just have to develop the determination and put some time aside, and you won't regret the investment which you make. You'll carry it with you. I think we have some alumni here, correct? You wanted them to speak?
Yeah, they could share maybe a sentence or two.
Okay, we'll pass the microphone to them. I think one is Amritasagar Prabhu, and another is Bhagavat Pran Prabhu, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You want to come up here, Amrit Sagar? Let's give a big round of applause for Amrit Sagar. Amrit Sagar not only did this program, but he did 6 months in the ashram. Let's give that a big round.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Yeah, I had the extreme fortune and privilege to be part of the summer program last year. I highly recommend it to any boy who's in the age range. I also definitely felt like I'm not really sure if I have time, I have so much going on, but I eventually realized that there's no better time. There's always going to be some sort of work that you have to do. So the time is now. And being with Hadai and Devavrata Prabhu, you'll learn what it's like to engage in Krishna's service 24 hours a day with your body, mind, and words. And that's something that I really never had experienced properly until joining the ashram with Hadai Pran. You also learn what it's like to have bhakti be joyfully performed, because that's what Hadai is like all the time. Just seeing just being in his presence just makes you joyful and want to keep improving and, in your service. And last thing I'll say is, you probably won't miss too much. I had this fear that I might miss my friends, my family, etc. But Hadai really fulfills all those roles. He's like, he's like. Hadai Pran, he can be like a mother, he can be like a father, a brother, a friend. He can be like all of these different roles. And so I highly recommend to anyone who's interested. Hare Krishna. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Amrita Sagar and Hadai Pran and Devavrata Prabhu have done a great job of explaining what the experience is like. One thing I wanted to add is it's something really special to be in New York's ashram, because it's such a juxtaposition, being in like the city where it's called the city that never sleeps. So there's always something going on, but we make it the city that never sleeps in a spiritual sense, because we're constantly keeping that transcendental vibration going, and there's something really special about that. So I've gone, I think, 2 years in a row, and I'm trying to spend some time again this year. So yeah, I definitely recommend it to everybody who can join.
Oops, sorry. It's time to go. Thank you very much. And if you're interested, if you have any questions, we will be here, and we'll be here for the youth gem as well to clarify. Would you like to clarify anything else?
Yeah, I'd just like to clarify. I'm only in New York during the summer. I'm still here at ISV. Just Hare Krishna.
And now, okay, from the parents, what was your experience? Family Bhakti?
Hare Krishna. Yeah, I think I'm a sort of a mother who actually wanted my son to do this a few years ago, unlike many other mothers who are very afraid of such a thing. And we were thinking it will happen a year before when he got into Berkeley, because that was a perfect time where you haven't gone into the studies yet and you can do that. But he was too excited about Berkeley, and then after 1 year, he himself suggested that he wants to do it. And actually, I think that was the best decision of his life in Krishna consciousness. And there could be no better mother, father, grandfather like Hadai. And yeah, we had so many contacts. We used to talk with Hadai as parents, actually. He would talk to us as his parent more than us being his parents. So that was a beautiful journey, and we've seen him grow tremendously in just 6 months, which was next to impossible just not doing that. And he's matured as a devotee. He's read a lot of scriptures. He's done a lot of services which I never thought he could do. He's not a person who's like the fine motor skills, can do handiwork like person, but he did a lot. He could make the best, what is it called? The Simply Wonderful, the sweets. He could clean the toilets, he could clean his own room. So some things which are like basic, which you just take for granted. And I think Hadai is a very hard taskmaster on the other hand also. He has a lot of expectations because he himself excels. I don't know when he sleeps. Like how he was saying, New York City never sleeps. I don't think Hadai ever sleeps. And he's especially empowered by our Gurudev. He's really, really especially empowered. You have to do it to start, realizing it. And you have to give that experience to your children. As Krishna conscious parents, it's our number one duty to do that. So I would highly, highly encourage all parents to, without thinking, just by hook or crook, enroll your kids into this program and get it done. Haribol.
How many people can you take, Hadai? There's no limit. Okay. It's very helpful to meet devotees and see why they came to the program today. So I'd like to take the next 5 minutes for everyone to have a chance to meet somebody and find out why they came here and how they're doing. And it's much more effective if you talk to somebody that you haven't met yet. And the next time you see that person, then you'll be already acquainted. So can we do that? So let's just stand up. I'll come back in a few minutes and take some time to meet somebody that you haven't met before and introduce yourself and tell them why that you came here today. Ready? Krishna 3, Krishna 2, Krishna 1, 0. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Rama Rama. Did you meet anybody? Yes. What was their intention for coming here? Was it nice? Yes. Fantastic. I spoke about Prabhupada's coming to America. I understand. And I'm going to read you just a couple of verses so you know what he was thinking when he was on his way. It was on the Jaladuta that he wrote this poem, and it starts like this. My dear Lord Krishna, you are so kind upon this useless soul, but I do not know why you have brought me here. Now you can do whatever you like with me. But I guess you have some business here. Otherwise, why would you bring me to this terrible place? Most of the people here are covered by the material modes of ignorance and passion, absorbed in material life. They think themselves very happy and satisfied, and therefore they have no taste for the transcendental message of Vasudeva. I do not know how they will be able to understand it. But I know your calls of mercy can make everything possible, because you are the most expert mystic. How will they understand the mellows of devotional service? O Lord, I am simply praying for your mercy so that I will be able to convince them about your message. It goes on from there. In this poem, Prabhupada, fortunately for us, revealed his mind and the mood he had when he came here, and we can imbibe the same mood for the ultimate benefit of life. Bhakti is simple. It means to spread the holy names around the world and take advantage of them ourselves. There's only two parts to this movement, which is to chant Hare Krishna and teach others. Part one is? Part two? Part two? Two? One. Two. One. Two. If we keep that in mind, the two simple parts, and we bring those to bear in our lives, we can follow in the footsteps of Srila Prabhupada. He showed us how to do that. Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Panchatattva, if you so desire, please engage us in your service of spreading the Krishna consciousness movement. Thank you for considering our request. And now we're going to have the feature presentation for tonight, which is the Hare Krishna dance party. We do highly recommend that you put your hands in the air like this when you chant Hare Krishna, and also you can sway side to side, step one foot over the next, and sing, chant, dance to your heart's content. We're putting away all the asanas, rolling up this carpet. We'll meet you back here in about 2 minutes, and we'll start the evening artik. Thank you very much for coming, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Vaisesika Maharaj ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Where does this one go? Your instrument. Oh, okay.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare one more time. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Re Gaur Premanande Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivarjacharya Ashtottara Shata Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivarjacharya Ashtottara Shata Shri Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Shri Mayapur Navadvip Dham Ki Shri Purushottam Kshetra Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Yamuna Mai Ganga Mai Ki Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi Ki Anantakoti Vaishnavrinda Ki all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Sit on this. Namaste Narasindhaya Namaste Narasindhaya Pralada Daya a lot of Hiranyakati Purvakshaha Hiranyakati Purvakshaha Itoni Tringo Paratoni Tringo Itoni Tringo Paratoni Tringo Yatoni Tringo
Adhikara Kamala Hari Nakam Adhukashinga Sarita Hiranyakashipu Kanubringa Isavadika Narhari Rupa Jai Jagati Hare Jai Jagati Hare Jaya Jagati Hare Kara Kamala Hare Nakam Adhukashinga Sarita Hiranyakashipu Kanubringa Isavadika Narhari Rupa Jai Jagati Hare Jai Jagati Hare Jaya Jagati Hare Vaisesika Narahari Rupa Jai Jagati Hare Jai Jagati Hare Jai Jagati Hare Jaya Nishringa Jai Jaya Nishringa Jai Nishringa Jai Jaya Nishringa Jai Jaya Lakshmi Nishringa Jaya Nishringa Jai Lakshmi Nishringa Jaya Nishringa Jai Jaya Bhakta Prahlad, Bhakta Prahlad, Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad. Jaya Radha, Madana Mohan Radha, Madana Mohan Radha. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jai Shri Radhe. Jaya Mahaprabhu, Jaya Mahaprabhu, Jaya Mahaprabhu, Jaya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Gaur Haribo, Nitai Gaur Haribo.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We are so happy to see such a large turnout here today at ISKCON of Silicon Valley. We thank you for taking your precious time and coming here and spending your time here at ISKCON of Silicon Valley. So let's give a big round of applause to everyone who has joined us tonight. Hare 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 Bo! We'll also like to thank all our online viewers as well. Let's give them a big round of applause. Hare Bo! Today's Krishna Katha and discourse was brought to us by His Grace, Vaisesika Prabhu. So let's express our gratitude and thank him for an excellent discourse tonight. Hari 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 Bo! And also we'd like to thank Prabhu for leading an ecstatic arti as well, Hari Kirtan. So do we all feel the energy here tonight? We just saw a little glimpse of that, and that is in our Narshinga Arti, was led by His Grace Rama Rai Prabhu from New York. Haribol, Haribol. Hari 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 Haribol, Haribol.
There's plenty more where that came from.
Haribol. Anyone coming here for the first time? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming. It's our pleasure to have you here. So let's chant one Mahamantra for all our newcomers. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We welcome you all to the Sunday Feast Festival here at ISKCON of Silicon Valley. If you have any questions or if we could be of any assistance, please reach out to me. My name is Sri Gopal Das or Hansapriya Mataji there. We'll be happy to assist you in any way we can. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So what's coming up? Any guesses? We have a big event coming up here at ISKCON of Silicon Valley. Yeah, Ram Navami, yes. Harinam, our Kirtan Oasis Festival, the monthly Kirtan Oasis Festival, we conduct every month, and it's going to be on this Friday, March 20th, in Palo Alto at the intersection of University Avenue and Lytton Plaza. What is the cross street? Emerson Street. Okay, at Lytton Plaza. The event will start sharp at 6:59 p.m. So we request you all to join us with your friends and family. It's going to be a nice weather, warm weather. And more importantly, His Grace Vaisesika Prabhu will be here. So we'll request you all to join, and it will be a very nice event. So please look out for an email that goes out, and we hope to see you all there at the Kirtan event on Friday. Hare Krishna. So we'd like to acknowledge our sponsors for tonight's feast. We have few sponsors. We'd like to take opportunity to thank them for sponsoring tonight's feast. Her Grace Tanya Monga Mataji is sponsoring the occasion of her daughter's Gayatri's birthday. Tanya Mataji, is she here? Please come, Mataji. Hare Krishna. As they come here, we would like to announce the other sponsors as well. And Manshi Bhashin Mataji is sponsoring in the memory of her mother, Praveen Bhashin. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. That's her mother. She's sponsoring on the occasion of her first disappearance anniversary. Thank you, Mataji, for sponsoring. I know you are here, but while she is taking the gift, please come by next. Hare Krishna. Please come here, Gayatri. And we thank Mataji and Prabhu for sponsoring tonight's feast. And Gayatri, how old are you?
7.
7. Wow. Haribol, yes. So what is the best thing you will like here at ISKCON of Silicon Valley? I will give you some choices, okay? Is that okay? To play with your friends, Prasadam, Sunday school, Kirtan, and what else from the audience? Youth jam, okay.
To play with my friends.
To play with your friends, amazing, Haribol. Hare Krishna. And I have a gift for you, okay? This is a little cow, okay? And this is a Mahaprasad. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Mansi Mataji, thank you for sponsoring the feast. Would you like to say a few words? Okay. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Here is a gift for you, and we pray for the protection of your father, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Hare Krishna. And the next sponsor is Sugeta Mataji and Srinivas Prabhu and Bhaktin Samhita. They are sponsoring on the occasion Sugeta Mataji's father's 5th disappearance anniversary. And she is requesting prayers from all the devotees for her father. And we like to chant one Mahamantra for her father and also Mansi's father as well. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And our next sponsor is our regular sponsor. She has been sponsoring for last month and also all the Sundays of this month. It is our Shipra Agarwal Mataji. She did sponsor all the Sunday sponsor for February, the month of February, and all the Sundays for March. Is she here?
Said in the presentation.
No, but let's thank her for in her absentia for sponsoring tonight's feast as well. Hare Krishna.
Nobody said that.
We have a small request from our cleaning crew that after you honor your prasad, we would like to, if you can, vacate this hall by 6:30. That would be helpful for us to clean this area and make this area, ready for our next event. Hare Krishna. Thank you for considering the request. Now we will have Gaurang Prabhu will announce today's cooks.
Hare Krishna. Today's prasadam was cooked by Shamakarna Mataji, Shambhakta Prabhu, Divyananda Prabhu, Gopi Priya Mataji, Sri Ram Prabhu, Hitesh Prabhu, Atul Prabhu, Arushi Mataji, Sheetal Mataji, Mayuri Mataji, Bhavika Mataji, Sanjeev Prabhu, Naveen Prabhu, and Suraj Prabhu. Thank you. Hari Bol.
Thank you, Gaurang Prabhu. Now we'll go to Prasad Sevya prayers. Over to the youth corner or anyone who would like to lead the Prasad prayers. Hare Krishna.
Shadidha Vidya Jat Jo Hai Miya Taika Jile Fele Vishaya Sagore Dharmade Jivati Lobhama Sudhumati Take Jita Patina Sansare Krishna Bharadorama Tori Bade Jivada Sakasarana Vilobha Seyanamita Bhao Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gunagao Preme Rako Shri Chaitanya Gita Preme महाप्रसादे गोविन्दे नमो भगवते वैष्णवे सर्वकल्याणकर्मचारी विश्वासने विधायते प्रसादे सर्वाधिकारां अनुरसोपजायते तस्मै चेतसे हसु बुद्धिभावप्रविश्यते त्रैलोक्यवित्तसैर्गन्धा वासुमन्त्रविचर्चिता उषिस्तभोजेन दासा स्थावमायां प्रेमयि शुष्कं पयुषितं वाति नित्यं वादिविदेशता प्राप्तिमात्रेण भोक्तव्यं मात्रकालविचारं रामेश्वरनियमस्तत्र नाकालनियमस्तत्र प्राप्तमन्नमृतं शेषे भोक्तव्यं हरि अभवे भगवत श्री महाप्रसाद की